All right, so it seems we got a lot of announcements being made by the Division 2 team about that game and the Division universe as a whole. So let's take a look at it all, break it all down, decipher what it all means, what is here, what is missing, and what could it all do and mean for the future of the franchise. What's going on, everybody? It's Buzz, and before we begin, a huge thanks to everyone out there that has subscribed to my channel. This past weekend, the channel went over the 90,000 sub mark, and that is all down to your continued support of my content. In case you aren't yet a sub, please smash that big, beautiful subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date on all my latest uploads. Okay, so let's kick this off. Today's Division Media Splash actually came to us in 4 parts. 3 from today and 1 from way back in June. And quick disclaimer, this is all going to be unscripted. Anyway, let's start off with this previous tweet from June 23rd, where they announced that the Street Activation Apparel event was postponed until today, July 5th, to ensure top quality. Now, also mentioned back from that June tweet was something to do with a fix for the damage glitch as well as other issues. Now, I haven't been able to play much Division 2 lately simply because of the stability issues on PC, but I have heard from my friends that are still able to play on console that apparently the damage glitch is corrected, so that's good news. So here is the second part of this 4-part media splash, and this one actually came to us from today. This is from the official Division Game Twitter account, and it states the servers will shut down for a maintenance tomorrow, Tuesday, July 5th at 9:30 CEST, 3:30 a.m. EDT. Anyway, you know the times. The estimated downtime is 3 hours, and they give you an update and patch notes to follow. We will go to that article in just a moment. And by the way, that maintenance that was to go on today actually ended up getting extended down here. We are extending the maintenance by approximately 1 hour. We will make sure to keep all of you updated as we may open up sooner, and thank you for your patience. So there you go. So now I've actually switched over to the UB Forums patch notes brought to us by UB Lucipus. There wasn't very much going on in here. You can see it wasn't a whole lot of things. It says blueprints and gear. They fixed an issue where the blueprints for the Dread Edict blue screen and Catharsis exotics were missing from Anaya's shop. Fix an issue where the setup and closer did not drop with targeted loot. Fix an issue where Season 9 blueprints did not appear in the crafting station before acquiring them. So for any of you out there that were looking to, I guess, go in there and mess around with the crafting station for the new exotics, apparently the blueprints are now in there. Countdown is the next part. Fix an issue where the menu would not appear when inspecting people in Countdown menu. So there you go. I personally have problems just getting into Countdown. I start off with a group of 8, and we usually finish with 2 or 3 because people just get dropped. Next up, third thing, expertise. Fix an issue where items appear as proficient despite not being at proficiency rank 10. I can see where that would be an issue. Fix an issue that allowed players to gain high amounts of proficiency XP by disrupting Parnell's decoys in the Tombs mission. So that was finally fixed today. Interesting. I know a lot of people were doing some serious XP farming and boosting in there to get their expertise levels up. Fixed a bug that allowed the players to stack bonus expertise damage. Yeah, we all know that was an issue. Anyway, UI resolved the grade icon being shifted to the left on all item tiles in the inventory, and resolved visual stretching outside of borders where the new gear vanity items in the Season 9 rewards tracker. So probably the biggest ones I would guess center in on are the ones with expertise, especially the one over on the Tombs, the XP farm, and they also fixed that damage bug that allowed the players to stack bonus expertise damage. Okay, so this is the third of 4 of those previously mentioned media splashes. This one was from today, and probably it shook up the most people out there. This is again from the official Division Game account. Over on Twitter, it says, "What time is it? Roadmap update time." We haven't had a roadmap in a while, and when we did get one, we were anywhere close to keeping those timelines. But anyway, it says, "Discover what the future holds for the Division in our article." Okay, so I will cover the artwork here in just a moment. As you can see this, I'm going to go back to this. But what I want to do is I want to jump over to the article itself, and I will leave a link to this in the video description because there's some interesting information in here, and then we're going to come back to the roadmap. Okay, so it took me a second to jump over to this official write-up. The title here reads, What's Ahead for the Division? July the 5th, so that's today, and it says it's a 4-minute read. This is actually included, and there's a link off of that third Division tweet, the actual second tweet that I'm going to discuss that came out from today. I will, of course, leave a link to this in the video description. I'm not going to read this whole first part here. This whole first paragraph is basically a recap of Title Update 15, Season 9, Hidden Alliance. It talks about expertise, basically countdown, a few other things that they introduced with it. I'm not going to discuss the Division Universe timeline as well for right now, although there's some interesting points in there. We're going to continue on into this next portion because there's some interesting information being dropped over here. It says, as announced during the special report live stream on May the 9th, remember the Division game actually posted and had a live Twitch stream where they talked about the future of the Division 2 and a little bits of the Division universe. Anyway, they stated the Division 2 is scheduled to receive two more major updates this year, which we knew. Both Season 10 and Season 11 will continue to develop the story through introducing new manhunt targets. So just like what we have right now in Hidden Alliance, 2 more seasons upcoming. Don't know if I'm really in the mood to stomach 2 more of these same recycled missions with some new lore in it. I'd like to see something new come to the game. These are 10-week cycles, if I remember correctly. And it says, anyway, it says the manhunt targets who are ready to start stirring agents into action. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the video comments section below. Are you ready for another 2 10-week cycles? Or 8-week cycles, whichever way you want to look at them, with basically continuing on the manhunts. I'm not sure about that. Next up, following the Title Update 15 release, we've seen a lot of positive feedback on Countdown, and we are always happy to hear your suggestions and feedback. Many of you mentioned that one difficulty option is not enough to meet everyone's expectations. I agree. We hear you with an exclamation point. Going forward, we plan to add more difficulty options, which will become available to you with the Title Update 16 PTS this August. Wow. Okay, so a lot to unpack there. Title Update 16 comes in August. That's next month. We've also been told multiple times through, I guess, multiple public avenues and forums that the PC crash fix issues are also expected in Title Update 16. So if the PTS for this is in August, when does the actual Title Update 16 go live? I guess we'll find out. We are looking forward, we are also looking at tweaking the Countdown experience beyond the difficulty options listed above to make it more rewarding and enjoyable. We are excited to share more information about these changes with you very soon. Yeah, Countdown's interesting for, 2-3 hours, and then you quickly find out it rains gear everywhere. You know exactly where the hunters are, and it feels kind of like a squashed down single floor version of the Summit. Anyway, Season 10, this is interesting, will also add a legendary difficulty to the 2 remaining strongholds, so brace yourself for storming Tidal Basin, which in itself is a very long mission. Now they're going to add on legendary difficulty and manning National Zoo, which is probably going to be nuts on legendary, with no respawn nor checkpoints. So for those of you out there that really like to challenge yourselves, really like to challenge your builds, 2 more strongholds coming. I'd love to see even more. I'd like to see a legendary open world difficulty as well. But anyway, let's continue on. Additionally, we will continue to support the game with new apparel events and updates focused on game health. Still no mention of the PC crash fixes. Okay. Quality of life improvements are a high priority for Season 10. That's the next season. And we will be talking about the upcoming fixes in the next special report live stream. No dates mentioned here, where we'll take a close look at what players can expect when Title Update 16 rolls out next month, as well as Season 11's new game mode. So they're touting a new game mode. No mention of what it is. Maybe leave me your thoughts in the video description. What do you think the new game mode is going to be? You probably noticed that the specialization revamp is not included in either of the remaining Year 4 seasons. I did notice that. Notice that? agents, nothing mentioned about the specialization revamp. We're still working on the feature and only plan to announce the release date when we are absolutely satisfied with the quality. Okay, so issues with specialization systems. Number one, it's really just a matter of unlocking every node through gaining XP. There really is only in the bottom right hand portion a couple little options of which optional node you want to select, but other than that, you just unlock all of these points for your build based on the specialization. So yeah, that needs to be revamped. We need some choices in there. We need some positives, but you also have to give up this. So there, some pluses and some minuses. It can't just be gaining everywhere. But also, I think needed in this specialization revamp is the weapon strengths themselves. When the game first came out, it felt really great to pull that TAC 50 off your back and start smoking elites with it. No longer. It's just eye candy at this point. These weapons are basically useless. You collect ammo for them, and it's basically useless. So to hell with all the power deltas and where the power creep is happening and stuff. This is not an MLG game. It's not an esports game. Let these weapons rain hell down on the NPCs is all I'm saying. 10 times the strength or something. I don't care. Make the ammo really difficult to find, but make them rewarding to use. Next up, the developers of Year 4. The development of Year 4 is led by a group of project veterans at Ubisoft Massive, with the support of a talented group of developers at Ubisoft Bucharest, Ubi Toronto, and Ubi Shanghai. So they've actually tacked on Toronto and Shanghai to this because we knew Bucharest was in there. They mained the work on Countdown. Without the support from these teams, the production of the new content wouldn't be possible. We're looking forward to continuing this collaboration with Year 5. Another announcement there, Year 5 of The Division 2. That's another talking point for the comment section. Are you ready for Year 5 of The Division 2, or does The Division 2 just need to pack it up and end, and we get ready for The Division 3? That's interesting. In addition to the updates for The Division 2, the team at Red Storm Entertainment, it's the first time I've seen Division 2 mention Red Storm in a while, is also working hard on a new experience set within the Division universe. Of course, we know that's Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland. We haven't heard much about it, though. Throughout the development, the team has been holding closed testing and will continue this testing to help evolve the game experience. If you want to be a part of these tests, make sure you register through our website. They've got a link. We cannot wait to share more information with you at a later date. And finally, look for an update on The Division coming to mobile platforms in the very near future. So we've heard rumors, and we've seen it on their previous timelines. The Division is coming with some sort of Division experience for mobile, and they're mentioning again. We wanted to express our gratitude to you, the community, etc., etc. So there you go. So lots popping off in there. I don't know how I feel about a Season 10 and Season 11 coming to the game. More manhunts. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. They've got a PTS coming in August for title update 16. Still no mention of stability fixes. 2 legendary difficulties coming for Strongholds, Tidal Basin, and Manning National Zoo. Still no open world. Quality of life for Season 10. Special report live stream. No date given. They're talking about the specialization revamp is kind of in limbo right now. No mention of exactly what they want to do with it. First time I've seen them mention Ubi Toronto and Ubi Shanghai now on the project. Year 5 of The Division 2. First time they mentioned Red Storm openly in a Division 2 portion, but this is for Division Heartland. So probably next we need to jump over to the actual artwork for the timeline itself. Let's take a look at that. Let me bring that up on the screen. Okay, so here we're now over here to the artwork. I said we'd come back to it. Tom Clancy's The Division universe. Take these with a grain of salt. We've seen these in the past, and we've seen dates just completely missed. So you can see the June one over here on the left. It says the Heartland closed test is end of June. Obviously, we've already passed that. So for anyone that's been in the Heartland closed test, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's going to be a positive experience. Next thing coming up, and you can see this dot kind of at the beginning of July, is the Division mobile game announcement. So I guess that could be any day now. we'll see how that pans out. I can tell you that I have not tested out Heartland, and I was not invited to do anything with mobile games, which is okay because I don't play mobile games at all, so I wouldn't know what to tell anyone on this. So I appreciate other people that probably have way more experience than I do what needs to be in a Division mobile game. Where I'm concentrated on is August. It looks like the very end of August. It says the Division 2 Warlords of New York, I guess they're still using that logo, Season 10, new Manhunt, new gear, weapons, and 2 apparel events, new countdown difficulties, new legendary difficulty strongholds, quality of life improvements. So pretty much everything that you saw in Season 9 is going to be recreated in Season 10. New Manhunt, more gear, more weapons, 2 more apparel events, new countdown difficulties, I like that. New legendary difficulty strongholds, we already talked about that, and then more, QOL improvements. September, nothing. October, nothing. November, nothing. So that's leading towards what? You've got 4, 8, 12 weeks? Is that 12 weeks of Season 10, excuse me? And then you go on to Season 11 starting kind of early December. New Manhunt, new game mode, which we don't know anything about, so don't speculate anyone out there and say, oh, it's going to be this. You have no idea. Nobody knows. New gear, weapons, and 2 apparel events, quality of life improvements. So it's basically Season 11 minus the new difficulty, minus the new stronghold difficulty. One thing I do not notice anything on here is stability improvements for the game. This all sounds great, fine and dandy, but I can't play the damn game because it crashes nonstop. We were told that was going to be fixed in Title Update 16, which is Season 10, so that's looking like the end of August. That's simply too long to wait, in my humble opinion, as I look at all this, but looks like they're expanding the universe. Heartland, Division Mobile, Season 10, and Season 11. So let's finish up. Let's hop over to this 4th tweet that I just got a hold of. Let's take a look at that. I'll be right back with that one. Give me just a second to switch over. Okay, so here is this final tweet that I kind of had to dig in, and it wasn't quite listed prominently, but this again is from the Division Game official Twitter account. The most predominant cause behind the PC stability issues has been identified and is now being tested. Right now, the plan is to prepare the fix for the Street Activation Apparel event release. So that is when. I'd like a date. I'd also like to be included in this. Yannick, if you're watching my video, Daria, if you're watching my video, Morton, if you're watching my video, please send this on a test server or something like that. I want to experiment with this because my game is damn near unplayable. Now, I know this is far beyond just anything people are seeing on PC too. I know there's a lot of people out there, last gen and current gen consoles that are experiencing blue screens and crashing and disconnects and all sorts of stuff. But if this is available to be tested, if I can download off the server, on the server, I don't care what it is, and actually try this out, I would love to. Please hit me up. You all have my DMs. I want to try this out because I want to be able to play and cover the Division 2, but unfortunately I cannot because of the stability issues on this. So I would like more of a date, instead of Street Activation Apparel event release, whenever that may be. All right, this is probably a great place to call an end to this one. Lots of talking points, not a lot truly known in terms of facts at this point. And remember, I did throw quite a few topics for you to comment on for you in chat. In case you aren't yet a sub, please smash that big, beautiful subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date on all my latest uploads. If you could take a few seconds more to rate and or share this video, it would be truly appreciated. Remember, you can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over on my community Discord server. Links to all my socials in the video description below. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.